Boy, how about that game 4? Oh, man. You know, we scored all those points, and I'm just feeling really good. Like, all right, we are rolling. When Simeon hit that 2-run homer, and Seager hit a 3-run homer, we're up 5-0. Put some more points on, all of a sudden it's 10-0. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty relaxed. In fact, I started thinking about just going to bed then because my wife had to get some doctor's appointments early in the morning. I knew we had to get up early. Man, 10-0, this thing's wrapped up. I watched a little more, got to 11-1. Okay, we're really good now. Plus the fact that I'd like to say I watched the whole game front to end, but I didn't for a couple reasons. One, like I mentioned, I had to get up early. The other is I don't get Channel 51 in my area, which is the local Fox affiliate. They're going through some kind of contractual arm wrestling thing with DirecTV, and so I don't get the World Series except on what they call Sports Mix, which is about 6 or 8 little boxes that show all the sporting events going on. But I can't get the World Series to go to one of the full screens, so I watch the World Series on this little screen, which I can't even tell what the score is or what inning is in. The numbers are so small, but I can at least hear it and hear the crack of the bat and catch, what's going on. So at about 11-1, I'm feeling pretty good. Okay, got to get up early in the morning. I got this thing wrapped up. I get up this morning. First thing I do is grab my phone, pull it up, 11-7. Oh my goodness. They made it interesting, didn't they? I tell you, those Diamondbacks are just pesky. They're good. I love the way they play baseball. I'm loving this series. I can't think of two teams I'd rather have in there. I love to watch Arizona. All respect to them. Obviously, I'm a Rangers fan, and I want them to win. But, boy, it's some good baseball, and you can't go to sleep with the Diamondbacks. When they're in the game, they're going to keep on coming. So they made it really, really interesting last night. I couldn't help but think of my dad. As I mentioned before, he was such a great baseball fan. He loved baseball. Man, he would be loving this series. In fact, back in the 90s, I had the privilege of doing a couple chapel services for the Rangers. I had met the chaplain for the sports team, and he was friends with then manager Johnny Oates. And anyway, they offered this invitation for me to come do a chapel service on a Sunday with the team and the visiting team, and then also sing the national anthem in the ballpark. So that was a really big deal. Very, very exciting. I took my son Jeffrey, who was pretty young then. I asked if that would be okay. They said, absolutely, bring him. And of course, I asked, could I bring a couple baseballs for the guys to sign? Would that be okay? And chaplain said, oh, yeah, absolutely. They love to do that. So we show up. One of the Sundays was against the Mariners, and the other Sunday was against the Twins. And brought Jeffrey with me, and I shared, for about 20 minutes, sang a couple songs, shared, and then had Jeffrey get autographs. And I found him here recently. I had put him away somewhere, and I couldn't remember where I put him. But this one here has got two of my favorite signatures are Tom Goodwin. I love Tom Goodwin, one of the fastest guys in baseball. In fact, I was watching a video today. He had a in-the-park homer. That doesn't happen very often, but he had terrific speed, wonderful Christian brother. I've got John Wetland on here, the closer, and he had been the closer for the Yankees in one of their maybe more championship teams, then came to the Rangers. Interesting guy. In fact, I'll share with you a John Wetland story that I had with a little time with John in the locker room after one of those chapel services. Very, very interesting moment. I'll share that with you tomorrow or the next day, depending on if the series keeps going, which I don't really want it to. I want it to be over tonight for a couple reasons. I want it to be over, but I'm almost afraid of the Rangers coming back home. They do so well on the road. In fact, they've broken a major league record now for consecutive wins on the road. It's just crazy. But this baseball's got a lot of good signatures on it. And then Johnny Oates was the manager then, and I got his signature. And I don't know if you can read this, but it says, to Kurt, my best always, Johnny Oates, Jeremiah 29:11. Johnny was a wonderful Christian brother. When he signed this baseball, my dad was dealing with cancer, which eventually took his life. And Johnny Oates was dealing with cancer as well. I don't know if he knew it at that time, but shortly thereafter, he realized that he was fighting cancer. So it really meant a lot to get that for my dad from Johnny Oates. And my dad was very understated. It was kind of like, oh, yeah, that's nice, thank you. But I knew inside he was thrilled to get that baseball because he loved baseball. He loved the Rangers. He would love this series. So anyway, what, game 5 tonight? Go Rangers